Anybody happen to have misplaced a cell phone? It's at the front of the house, big black tent right here in the middle. We're going to kick off the Vero Beach Blues Festival 2025 right now with Chris LEARY all the way down from Virginia to rock the house. Here we go, baby.
Come back home, leave them women alone. You're gonna wind up dead. No, you can fix this time. And I'm in the conversation for a fool that's lost their mind. I said, boy, you don't look the same. You've been walking around here crazy, and that damn woman, she's been running. Like you did it by design. I've been searching high, I've been searching low, but I swear I lost my mind. I lost my mind.
Already over the time just a little bit. We appreciate it. Coming all the way down from Virginia. Up next, we got Toronto Cannon all the way down from Chicago. He just said he left 20 degrees weather. He's taking pictures of the sun because he may not see it again for a little while. So sit tight, guys. Get yourself something cold to drink. Awesome food vendors, retail vendors back there. We got our merch tent. Really cool shirts for this year, 2025. Straight back there. Get yourself a festival t-shirt, some cocktail glasses, all kinds of cool stuff. Special thank you to David Golding, PA, for being an awesome sponsor in this event. We love him. His tent's straight back there. Got all kinds of swag, real cool guys to talk to. Check them out. You got about 25 minutes, folks.
This is Michael with Rock Legends Photographers at the world-famous Vero Beach Blues Festival. And I'm here with Chris O'Leary, who just tore the stage up with a great set.
Thank you.
Chris, thank you for taking the time with us.
Absolutely.
First question I have for you, how long have you been a professional musician?
Well, there was a break. I got out of the Marine Corps. I went to school at Marist College, and I started playing around in a regional band. And we got picked up by Levon Helm, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. And he brought us to New Orleans, and we became his band. And then we traveled the country with Levon for about 7 years. And then my voice quit. I got nodes. And my life stopped, and I became a cop. I became a federal police officer and did that for 13 years. And then through a vocal coach and just paying attention to doing the right things, singing correctly, I got back into it. And then probably about 15 years ago, I signed with Viztone, put out my first record, and ever since then, Alligator, finally I got on Alligator, and then the doors are starting to open up for me. So it's an overnight sensation that took about 30 years.
There you go. So in your 30 plus years of rock and rolling, have you toured around the world?
I have. Well, not around the world, but
in different spots of the world.
Yeah.
What is your favorite venue to play in, and why?
My favorite place to play in is Spain, because they're batshit crazy. Like in Bilbao, number one, I love the Spanish people. I love the place; it's beautiful, and whenever we play shows there, they go nuts. It's funny, in Europe, a lot of times they're more knowledgeable about American roots music than Americans are for the most part. It's weird. It's a weird thing going on, but they know the music. Like when we do a Muddy Waters song in Spain, they go crazy, you know. So I would say Spain's probably my favorite place to play.
Cool. So your entire music collection gets wiped out.
Yeah.
What's the first CD you replaced?
Muddy Waters, Hard Again.
Very good.
It's the reason I play music.
So the first time you heard your own song on the radio,
Yeah.
where were you and what were you doing?
I was at work. I was like I said, I was a police officer. I was on post, and I was listening to XM Sirius Radio, and one of my songs came on, and I flipped out. I called everybody else on post that night and had them put, because nobody listens to that channel in where I was working, and they all put it on. They put it on in the badge house. They put it over the PA.
Excellent.
It was the first time. It was a crazy experience.
That had to be exciting.
It was. It really was.
Very cool. So singer-songwriter shows up at your door, living or dead, says, Chris, I'm going to do one song for you. What song is it?
It's tough. Probably Ray Charles, Dry My Own Tears.
Okay. So,
Or Muddy Waters, Stand Around Crying. One of the two.
one of the two.
Yeah.
Living or dead, if you could jam with one person, who would that be?
Muddy. It'd be Muddy Waters.
I take it you're a Muddy Waters fan.
I am. I truly am. And the beauty of it is that Bob Margolin is my friend. And Bob Margolin has helped me all along the way. From the times with Levon to now. He wrote the liner notes on my last record. And it's like getting it firsthand. Nobody plays Muddy stuff like Bob. So we did a song that's going to be on the next record, I think. that Bob plays the nastiest Muddy slide you'd ever want to hear. You would think, if you closed your eyes, that it was Muddy. So Muddy has this regal thing about him. He's playing the lowest down dirty blues, but he does it with a regalness. You know, I love Muddy Waters. Like I said, Hard Again is the reason I play music.
Excellent. So, a singer-songwriter, harp player comes up to you and says, Chris, I'm thinking about breaking in the business. What advice do you have for me?
Be yourself. Learn the masters. Listen to Little Walter. Listen to James Cotton. Listen to Sonny Boy. Listen to Big Walter Horton. Modern day guys like Kim Wilson. Listen to them, but try to do your own thing and write your own songs. I heard an interview with James Harmon, and he said early on somebody told him that he's never going to be Muddy Waters. He's never going to be Little Walter. So he might as well be James Harmon, you know. And he was. James was a singular songwriter. The minute you heard him, you knew it was him. Be yourself. Learn the masters. Listen to the masters, but take that and then be yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you're not, you're sort of a parrot. You know, and I used to be a parrot. I used to try to do Little Walter as note for note as I could. You know, and it's not really musical. It's a more just being a copycat. So I try to be myself. I try to write from my own experience.
So you can play the song but not be the person.
Yeah. Or better yet, write your own stuff with that influence behind you. You know, that someone can hear, wow, that guy loves Little Walter, but that's his own stuff. You know, that's a great song. I hear a little bit of Sonny Boy in that, but it's still a great song. You know, do your own stuff. You know.
Excellent. So you're from Virginia or West Virginia?
I'm from Virginia Beach,
Virginia
Southern
Beach,
Virginia.
okay.
Yep.
So is that where you grew up?
No, I grew up in Schenectady, New York.
Okay.
Right upstate New York.
Bills fan?
No, I'm a Patriots, Bruins, Red Sox fan. I grew up on WSBK.
Okay.
And the only New York team I like is the Knicks.
So when you were growing up, what kind of music did your parents listen to?
Everything. It was a musical house. So they listened to everything from Mantovani to Bruce Springsteen and everything in between. So the first time I heard Muddy was my dad playing it, and so I was listening to Kiss in my room. I was probably like 11 years old or 10 or something, and he came and he's like, turn that shit off. So my dad was not to be trifled with, so I turned it off, and he threw it Hard Again on my bed, and he's like, put that on. And I did. I'm like, Dad, what is this? And he's like, just listen to it, give it a chance. And I did. I heard James Cotton, and I was done. As simple as that. It was simple as that. I heard James Cotton play. Actually, I could tell you the song. It's Bus Driver. It's the second song on the record. I heard Cotton play, and I was done. And the beauty of it is, playing with Levon, I got to be friends with Cotton. And it's an amazing thing when you're heroes, like Levon and Cotton. Before you meet your heroes, you build them up in your head as being superhuman. So, of course, when you meet them, they're going to disappoint you somehow. Those two guys, they were above anything I could have imagined. James Cotton was the most giving, generous of his time, of his advice. The world's a lesser place with the two of those guys not in it. Truly.
We were just talking about, just an hour ago, we were talking about how venues and crowds have a stereotype image of artists that's dominated by the ones that have bad attitudes.
Yeah.
So when you meet an artist, a lot of times you're kind of 50-50 thinking this guy might be a butthead.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's the 1 out of 1,000 that's a butthead.
Yeah.
But it gets magnified.
Yeah.
That's it.
I watched Tommy Castro at a festival sign every single CD, shake every single hand, kiss babies, do everything, because he looked like he was honored to be there with those people that adored his music. And that's and Levon was the same way. If you met Levon once, he knew you. And the guy probably over the course of his career, he played Woodstock. He probably met millions of people. If he met you like one-on-one, he knew you. That's how I try to be.
That's. I have other friends in the industry, and by the way, we're friends now. That one band in particular, they don't leave until every guest is gone, in case one more person wanted a signature or shake their hand.
Yeah.
That's just the.
You make connections with people, and that's what it's all about. You know, I'm never gonna be rich from playing this music. Never. Who cares? You know, you make connections with people. That's why I do it.
There you go. You were just talking to Southside out there.
Yeah.
And he was telling us how he ran into some bad times. And who was it that stepped in to help him? Alex.
Oh.
Helped him with the cars.
Who did you say it was? I'm sorry, I forgot already.
Joey Tenuto.
Joey Tenuto, right.
Joey Tenuto stepped in and got him on back on track.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's what it's all about. It's family. You ready for the hardest question?
I am.
Okay. This one's hard. What question would you like to answer that no one has ever asked you before?
That is hard. Probably about my father. Someone asked me, tell me about your dad. You know, because my dad's a great man. Truly he is. He's a Green Beret. He's a veteran. He saved my life. When I got home from the war, I was slipping. That's the reason I say that every single show, whether there's 3 people there or there's 3,000 people there. I say it because I was blessed. My father, when he got out of the army, he went back to school and became a psychologist. So I got home, I got out of the Corps, and I was slipping. I was slipping hard. You know, I was self-medicating. Things weren't good. I dropped out of school. And my dad saw it. He knew it because he'd been through it, and he got me in the right group, got me on the right meds, saved my life. Most guys, they don't have that. They don't have anything. They sit up in their room. They isolate, because that's your natural reaction to PTSD, is isolate yourself. And it's the last thing you should do. You think that nobody else is going through what you went through, and the next thing you know, those movies are running over in your head over and over again until you're left with very few options. My father saved me from that. You know, he's a great man on so many levels. So, yeah, probably about my dad.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Absolutely.
We really enjoyed your show.
Sure.
And it was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.